and welcome to my channel, Old World Soap Shop. Today I am going to be giving you another recipe, and it is my goat milk shampoo bar, which is awesome. It is a beautiful lathering shampoo bar for your hair that is very conditioning. You can go type it in on soapcalc.net yourself once I give you the recipe and see how conditioning it is. It's very high in the conditioning rating. So I just wanted to explain a little bit. I know most of you who are watching this are somewhat into soap, maybe full-on soapers, way longer than me, or just beginning, or interested, but I still wanted to explain a little bit through the saponification process. The fats and oils chosen for the recipe, they become glycerin, and then the lye, the sodium hydroxide, will end up becoming soap through the saponification process. Saponification just simply means to become soap. It's a completely new product, and it is no more what it once was. So the fatty acids and those properties, the profiles that they once were, becomes glycerin, and then the sodium hydroxide ends up being soap. So it's made up of glycerin, soap, and today I add goat milk in it, and there's a lot of extra benefits, from goat milk. It has lactic acid, which is also known as alpha hydroxide acid, and it is a very good exfoliating. It's a mild exfoliator, so it's just a really nice benefit or addition to your soap. It also has natural moisturizing fat molecules, and it is packed with vitamin A, C, and E. It helps fight acne. So just a lot of wonderful benefits. A lot of doctors recommend goat milk product for acne or problem skin, eczema, psoriasis. So it's just really good to add into your shampoo bars also, because if you have skin problems, sometimes it can even work up to your scalp, like you might have dandruff or dry skin, and so this is a really good. All right, so I have my little paper here. I go in on my computer and I can go into my recipes, but I just wrote this out so I could have it front and center. I do have a binder full of my recipes also, which is a good tip. Print these things out and then put them in a nice plastic cover that will a protector. You can print them out, handwrite them like I do, whatever, and then just protect them, put them in that binder, and you can flip it open. So I took this out of mine, and I also have recipes on my computer also. But so anyways, this is my goat milk eucalyptus lime shampoo and body bars. I'm making 68 ounces, so I'm a small batch soap maker, so I'm just doing 2 loaves, which will equal out to be about 18 bars. And I have, in this recipe, of course, goat milk. That is in place of my water, and I have made them into ice cubes. I put them in an ice cube tray because you want to soak with goat milk at a cooler temperature, somewhere below 110 degrees. So I'm making this video right now while I am waiting for it to cool right now to 108 or so degrees, and then I will make the soap. So then let's see here. We have the lye, of course, the sodium hydroxide. We have coconut oil, shea butter, olive oil, sunflower oil, and castor oil. So again, we're using sunflower oil. It's not one of my common soap ingredients, but I do have a lot of it right now, and it's been really fun to use it because there are wonderful properties from sunflower oil. As far as what I'm scenting it with, it will be scented with essential oils only. This is a completely all natural. I'm not using any fragrance oils, but I do have eucalyptus at 2%. I have lime essential oil at 3%, and I have cedarwood essential oil at 1%, and they all have wonderful benefits for your scalp. I'm not going to make any claims, but you can go, look it up. I don't necessarily like to use these oils straight on my skin, even with carrier oils if I don't have to. I'm more into the herbal side of things, but I think through saponification it can create wonderful bars of soap. So it just kind of makes it subside a little bit from the full potential, but you're still getting a little bit of that goodness still in the essential oils, and you can smell it. It smells wonderful in the shower, that eucalyptus. So the eucalyptus is definitely the strongest in here. It's really good for your scalp, really good for dandruff. Lime and cedarwood, it's really good for creating new hair growth and just soothing your head. I'm also using, I forgot to mention, I'm also using kaolin clay and sea clay just to color it. And of course, clays also are wonderful for your scalp. So I have sea clay for coloring it. It's just like a mild green, but because of the orange that the lye turns the goat milk, I'll show you that in a bit when I flip the camera around. It's going to be interesting to see. It's always interesting to see with whatever, color I'm using or clay, what it makes, it become. And sometimes I use more of the sea clay, sometimes less, sometimes depending on how many ice cubes are in my goat milk, it might be more orange, it might be less orange. So it'll be interesting to see the color today. It's usually always around the same shade, the same color, but maybe a different shade. So at least for the eucalyptus lime, because I like to color it with sea clay. So without further ado, I'm going to flip this camera around and give you this recipe. I hope you try it. It's a wonderful recipe. You will have to condition your hair with something. A lot of people who use these shampoo bars are also using natural conditioner. So something like apple cider vinegar mixed with water. A lot of people like to use. A lot of people will use, me myself personally, because I have a histamine reaction, and so I don't use apple cider vinegar. I like to use coconut milk mixed with other things, and I could make that a later video. And I just keep it in my fridge. It stays good for up to 6 months. So I'll do another video on that later for conditioning. Maybe that will be my next one, but definitely use a conditioning one. This works very well. It gets your head squeaky clean, and the castor oil conditions very well. So I'm gonna flip you around and show you how to make it. Thank you. All right, so here we have our coconut oil at 18.22 ounces, and again on the scale it's kind of give or take. You might see the numbers a little off, but as far as my recipe goes, that is the number on my recipe sheet. So that's what I aim for. Shea butter is going to be at 7.28 ounces, and that is just what went in there. Next, there is the lye, the sodium hydroxide. I'm measuring out at 9.45 ounces, and the goat milk will be at 19.04 ounces. I'm just using 100% goat milk. I have the ice cubes prepared to the side over there, you'll see, and then I'll just fill it up the rest of the way with goat's milk. You should go into soapcalc.net and just verify for yourself with the amount of lye based on how many ounces you are doing. It's just always good to double check. So there is the goat milk ice cubes and liquid goat milk. And I will be mixing the lye into it right now, and you are going to see how quickly those ice cubes dissolve and how orange it gets. Just that chemical reaction causes a color change and causes it to heat up. It's the heat that kind of makes the color change and the chemical. So it is very interesting. So just mix, mix, mix. And now we are going to add in our liquid oils. So that would be olive oil right now that I am weighing out at 25.50 ounces. You can see me moving around this tub, making sure it doesn't fall over. I don't have my really good scale. I'm using this. This one works fine too, but it just has a smaller top. Okay, so next I am measuring out the sunflower oil at 7.28 ounces. And the last oil is castor oil at 9.72 ounces. I have this old mixing cup that I use here and an old towel. It's clean, it's just stained, but anyways, here I am measuring out the fragrance, which I have eucalyptus essential oil at 1.36 ounces, lime essential oil at 2.04 ounces, and cedarwood essential oil at 0.68 ounces. I did 2% on eucalyptus, 3% on lime, and 1% on cedarwood. To me, honestly, the finished product, the scent that comes through, it smells like a Hall's cough drop. Now that might not be appealing for a body soap, but it is really good in your hair and it feels good. So if that encourages you to try it, then so be it. So I'm just measuring out all of those oils, and now that I have that done, I will be adding some kaolin clay into the mix, and then I'll be coloring with sea clay. And here I do like 2 large heaping tablespoons of that white kaolin clay. I love clay. It helps with the pH and everything. And so the sea clay also helps with the pH. I normally just use the kaolin clay, but this time I'm also adding in sea clay to give the soap some color. I've just mixed all of those fragrance and clays into the lye milk solution. Just scraping out that container. And now I am mixing my melted down hard butters and coconut oil, well, hard butter, I guess it's just shea butter and coconut oil, into those liquid oils, the olive, sunflower, and castor oil. And then I will test it. It's 107 degrees, and then the oils are 87. So there was quite a bit of difference there. When I had added in the melted oils into the liquid oils, it kind of cooled it down a bit. But that's fine. Everything worked out perfectly. Just scraping all that fragrance and lye solution and everything out, and now I'm going to mix. We're going to bring it to, it's about a medium trace. Okay, everything's saponified. We are going to pour that in. I suppose I could have poured it in a little bit earlier, but it's all right. It all worked out. The soap bars turned out beautifully. And I needed another shampoo bar, so I'm excited to use one in a couple days. Now, typically you wait 4 to 6 weeks just to allow all of the water to dissipate so it doesn't melt down as fast in the shower, but you are definitely fine to use it after 2 or 3 days of curing. All of that lye is out typically after 48 hours. If you want to be really safe, just wait a 3rd day. Now you can texturize the top however you want it. I just kind of left it like this pretty much for the most part. And now I'm cutting these bars. It's going to make 18 bars. Each loaf makes 9 bars. It's unmolding nicely from that silicone mold there. And we're just going to cut. And I just want to thank you right now for watching this video. Please like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. And I'm just a little newbie here in my little corner of YouTube, and it's fun. It's a lot of fun for me. So here I'm cutting through. Those are guitar strings actually that cut through right there. And I'm very happy with this soap. There was no soda ash on the top anywhere, so I'm not going to have to steam it, but I'm going to show you right now how I stamp it. You can kind of see with the green sea clay how it adds those natural kind of speckles to it. I really love that look. So I'm going to grab my rubber mallet here and my stamp with my logo on it and just stamp it. And thank you again for watching, and I hope you have a blessed day. Take care.